Welcome, everyone. My name is Chris Roll. I'm the principal at Kelly Elementary School, and we'd like to share some information with you about our new math program called Bridges. I'm being joined here today by Eric Wetzel, the principal at Lintown Elementary School, teacher at Kelly Elementary School, Shane Kishel, and teacher at Lintown Elementary School, Colby Durr. So we're going to go through and talk to you a little bit about the program so that if you have any questions, hopefully we can answer those. So you might be asking, why did we pursue a new math series? Well, our teachers noticed that our students have been struggling with things such as math fact fluency, number sense, and word problems on our state and our local assessments. We felt that our previous math series didn't really address these areas as well as others, and so we began the process of reviewing a new math series. We wanted to do some research to try to make the best decision for our students. So we had a team of teachers from Kelly and Lintown met to review this possible series in 2019, 2020. We worked with Dr. Laura Dick from Bucknell, who had done some research into several math series and looked at some of her recommendations from that research. The Kelly and Lintown teachers had an opportunity to review the math materials. And we also consulted with State College Area School District, which was currently using the Bridges program to kind of find out what they really liked about the program, what were some of the challenges for implementation, and those kinds of things.
So in terms of the professional development that the teachers have been given, our teachers at both buildings participated in 11 and a half hours of training in the spring of the 2019-2020 school year. I'm sorry, the 2021 school year. Also, Mr. Kishel, the Kelly Title I math teacher, met with grade level teams over the summer to work on a plan and met with grade level teams during in-service and throughout the school year. Lintown teachers are spending time during in-service days to go over the Bridges in Mathemat series and the curriculum and review and collaborate together on the implementation. And we'll meet monthly throughout the year as well, just to continue that discussion, review, and discuss everything in terms of the math series.
So what will students be doing in math class? To give you a little background on Bridges, Bridges is the curriculum we'll be using in grades K to 5. Bridges is a rigorous program designed to address the new math standards in a way that's enjoyable and accessible to all learners. Each grade level is composed of 8 units of study with about 20 lessons in each unit. So it'll last for about a month, each unit will. Along with the regular lesson, you can see behind me is another component of Bridges that your child will be a part of, and that's called Number Corners. And we'll talk a little more about that later on in the video. So this curriculum focuses on developing in students a deep understanding of math concepts, proficiency with key skills, and the ability to solve new and complex problems. Learning activities tap into the intelligence and strengths of all students by presenting mathematical powerful material alive with language, pictures, and movement. Students in the Bridges classroom, they talk about math, they describe observations, they explain methods, and they ask questions. They're encouraged to find multiple ways to solve problems and show different ways of thinking. This is a vital way to help students build more flexible and efficient ways to solve increasingly complex problems. Hands-on activities help them engage them to explore, develop, test, discuss, and apply mathematical concepts. They also find multiple ways to solve problems and show them in their different ways of thinking.
So many parents like to ask the question, why is it a good idea to learn multiple strategies? Why not have students memorize basic facts and algorithms? And the answer is, as students develop their ability to recall basic facts, it makes good sense to address both mastery of the skill, which are quick recall of facts, and understanding of the concept, the properties of the operation and the relationship between facts. With Bridges, it teaches basic facts by having students explore the operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, in the context of a story problem or situation, which ensures students understand what it means to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Students learn then strategies for solving basic problems. These strategies illustrate properties of the operation and can be used for mental math with larger numbers. as well as to help recall facts when needed. Finally, students practice the facts until they can recall them from memory. Bridges teaches students to compute with larger numbers by first establishing conceptual understanding of the operation, then using visual models to learn different ways of calculating, and finally helping them become proficient with efficient algorithms. When computing with larger numbers, students are frequently encouraged to make an estimate first. Estimation promotes number sense, helps students evaluate whether their final answers are reasonable, and encourages them to develop mental math skills that are useful in so many real-world situations. Why is it important for students to show their work and explain their thinking? Asking students to show their work provides more information for teachers and improves student learning. When students explain how they solved a problem, they come to understand the mathematical concepts more deeply. Showing their work also provides detailed evidence that teachers can use to see what students know and where their misconceptions lie. This evidence is essential. It allows teachers to adjust the way that they teach to meet students' needs and document student learning over time, which helps them communicate with families about students' progress. For similar reasons, state tests often require students to explain how they solved a problem. Students are better prepared for such test items when they explain their solutions on a regular basis.
So you may be asking, how is the program structured? How is Bridges set up? So Bridges is a combination of both whole group, small group, independent activities that are all problem-centered. And if you look at the Bridges program, it's centered around 3 areas: problems and investigations, workplaces, and the number corner. So problems and investigations, in this element, it's kind of the core lesson of the day. Students are presented with a problem and asked to investigate to determine or come up with the mathematical concepts being presented. Students think and work independently or talk with their peers about and share and compare strategies, and then they share them with the whole group. A lot of what you'll hear with the Bridges program is a lot of math talk, a lot of math forums, students talking about their answers, talking about their solutions. The teacher monitors and guides the class through the discussion to make sure students understand important mathematical concepts. Workplaces, if you think of workplaces as centers or games that students are doing to practice the math concepts that they're learning in the problems and investigations. Workplaces engage students through math exploration that reinforce the key skills that they learned. The teacher observes and interacts to address students' needs and to support and enrich students. Number corners, which you can see behind me, is very similar to, you may have, calendar math. It's based around the calendar each month. In Number Corners is a skill building program that revolves around the classroom calendar and gives students an active role. Each day they're doing something a little bit different in Number Corners, between looking at the calendar, looking at the calendar collector, you might hear them say, talking about problem strings or other problems, or playing games, all practicing different math concepts throughout the year. These, they receive daily practice as well as study encounters with broader mathematical concepts through Number Corners. So what about homework? Home Connections is the book you'll probably hear a child say a lot about, and that's kind of Bridges' homework assignments come from there. So they are provided increased frequency as students progress from kindergarten through 5th grade. In the lower grades, the assignments are provided about once a week. And in 5th grade, their assignments are provided about 2 to 3 times a week. In addition, teachers may assign home supplemental practice pages if students need more practice with a particular skill, or if there's a desire for more frequent homework. Home Connections offer a chance for students to practice what they have learned and for families to see what students are doing in math class. Each school, and in many cases, each teacher, determines how often homework is assigned. Please keep in mind that homework is not meant to replace classroom instruction. Whether or not homework is assigned, students in Bridges classroom receive high quality instruction daily.
So what do you do if you want your child to have extra practice? The big thing is just talk to your child's teacher. Bridges does include additional practice pages in grades 3 through 5, but there are also many high quality games and apps available for practice at all grade levels. So talking with your child's teacher and being in contact with them ensures you're on the same page regarding your child's needs, and opening up any opportunity you can for additional practice. And then how can you learn more about bridges in mathematics? On this slide, we have two websites with great resources for you to explore and learn more about to help your child with bridges in mathematics and to help yourself be familiar with it. And then also have Mr. Rule and my email at the bottom. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us with any questions. We're happy to help everyone navigate this new series and make sure it's as beneficial as possible for our students. So thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we were able to give you a lot of good information about this new series, and please reach out with any questions.